Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and this is another live edition of the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short, your daily dose of geek news, product views, and answers that you can use. Like an answer to the question, Chris, is your audio going to clip again today during the live feed? And the answer is, I hope not. I made at least one adjustment that's different from anything else that I might have done. So if you hear any clipping during this live broadcast, please let me know. Now, I'll be listening to the broadcast after it's live. Obviously, I can't watch it because I'm doing it right now. So I'm going to be watching the comments for this live video feed happening. And thank you for joining us for another one of these live broadcasts. So wonderful to have you here. Even though it's a Monday, and Mondays are not very wonderful for me, I'm feeling a bit because I've been doing a lot today. This is the official animated GIF for today. Okay, GIF away. Just that little segment. Me. Just has to be like a couple seconds long, because then you can put it on Twitter and all that stuff. Anyway, 914 patrons as of this morning. Our list of supporters grows by, seriously, almost like by the minute. I wish by the minute. By the hour, not yet. By the day. By the day. I think that's fair. We were just under 900 on Friday, and over the weekend we did two live broadcasts? We did two. One was with the Geek Out with Jerry, or Barnacules Nerdgasm, and the second one was the live snack time with Chris and Diana in the other YouTube channel, more the vloggy thing. And either one of those live feeds was very well received by both sides of our community. So thank you to the 914 patrons for helping make these things possible. We just signed on another large, or rather notable patron, and that's good, because the more of those types that we're able to bring in, the more we're going to be able to do. And I really do need help. And I put this out there a few times over, but I need your assistance in the sense that I know I need to craft more specific goals, but I gotta know what I should be looking for. And I'm this close. Apparently, there's a new 4K camera that's set to be released soon, and it's relatively affordable, as in not 4K, $4,000. But for under $1,000, I might be able to do like 4K video, high quality video. And I think that might be a value, to record things in 4K. I just don't do a lot of products right now. And I'm thinking of kind of doing more gadgety things like gadgets worth getting or something like that. But I don't know. There's so much that I could do, but there's so many things that I know I can't do or don't do as well as others, right? And I think my value in this economy really is in my insight. And so I hope to continue to be able to provide that for you outright, pointing you in the direction of fun, fanciful, and functional things. If you want to become a patron, you can. Head over to chrispirillo.com. Yes, Patreon does take PayPal. So, we have people, George is back. Oh, George Baker. Sorry, he was commenting. Everyone knows that George is back. Today, not a lot of radically impactful news. Could I say that? I just did. iOS 7.1.2 is out, so you should update your iOS devices, iPads, iPhones, iPod Touches. And then OS 10.9.4, Mavericks, a new version is out as well. Bug fixes on either side of the equation. So Apple TV also got an update. So Apple was all about updating platforms today. If you have any Apple products, you should be updating now. This Friday, we've produced, and when I say we, I'm talking in conjunction with John Prosser and myself. John has been helping with some of the video editing stuff. John and I are probably going to be launching a separate Patreon campaign so that he can keep doing his front page tech, and we might be able to do some unique things together as well. This TGIF is going to be how to crowdfund, because believe it or not, a lot of people are really interested in starting their own crowdfunding campaign. Whether it's like a patron campaign, whether it's a one-time thing like a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo, there are certain things that I think people need to address outright before they even begin to put together a crowdfunding campaign. So this week, the TGIF, Tips, Guidance, Information, Facts, will be all about crowdfunding. Patrons have a preview of that right now. Everybody else gets it on Friday. This week, Captain America the Winter Soldier, the official game, is available for free in the iOS App Store. And, ooh, there's an update to Flipboard, too. Cool. I like getting updates. So it's really easy to get. I mean, if nothing else, it's like Amazon free app of the day. They're free. Doesn't cost you anything. You can download it easily enough. And so this is normally just a few bucks, $3 or whatever it is. You can get Captain America: The Winter Soldier on iOS for free this week. I have a Captain America figure in the other room, but I have not yet unboxed it. It came in courtesy of DorksideToys.com. Should I unbox it in this stream, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whenever you feel like getting up, you can chew the rest of the chips in your mouth. Whenever you feel like it, if you do get up, go ahead and grab it from the shelf, and then you can bring it in here. But I'm not forcing you to.
You were gonna go get it.
Oh, I'm gonna go get it. Are you gonna come over here and tell people about the new YouTube updates?
Okay.
Okay, you tell people about the new YouTube updates, and I'm gonna go. Or.
How about I tell them?
Remember, geek news, product views, and answers that you can use.
I don't know.
Okay, well, maybe we won't be getting the Captain America figure today.
I'll go get it.
No, baby, that's the tone I was hoping not for. She's upset. She's pregnant, and I make her move.
No.
Oh.
You wait till
I wait until she sits down, and then I say something. I'm sorry, I didn't prep today, hon.
Where is it?
In the right next to Greedo in the other room. Yeah, you got it. YouTube rolled out a series of updates, which apparently, I mean, I wouldn't say it upset a lot of people, but some people were just kind of discombobulated. I would say that the updates were good for the most part. Some of the things that came out of VidCon, I did not go. I was busy with a few projects up here, as you know, doing live streams for patrons and for the rest of the community as well, and working for a couple of sponsors. You know, that's work. That's what I got to do. So VidCon went off without a hitch, like 20,000 people. Wow. Oh my God. I can only dream. Maybe, you know, there's going to be a year I'm going to be able to do something like that. And it's coming sooner rather than later. So, the value of VidCon is you can connect with all sorts of people, especially people you know, and meet people you don't know, too. Apparently, the CEO of YouTube had one of our vlogs on the screen behind her. I don't have a video clip of this. I don't have proof, but Kent Nichols, an old friend from Ask a Ninja, said that he saw me on the screen. I don't know if you were in it too, but we were there. One of us was on the screen. Cool. So one of YouTube's new features, I mean, of course, they already support 4K video. Another reason why I know I've got to, like, try 4K video at some point in the near future. Got to find the right camera, though. And people have asked if I'm going to get the new Mac Pro. I want to do it, but I don't want to use patron funds. I really don't. Patron funds are really there to, you know, as a base level. I mean, that I think I can handle elsewhere. I mean, because, I mean, this is their time with me right now, right? I don't think I want to put that into a Mac Pro. The tip jar. They officially announced it. Partners have come out for YouTube and said, hey, well, you know, we're thinking about doing a tip jar. Well, it was apparently unofficially announced, and it has been rolled out for a few people, probably in beta form. I have some thoughts on the YouTube tip jar. I think it's a good idea, but I don't think it's going to work as well as I think YouTube hopes it will, or certainly as well as I think creators hope it will. And I will be detailing that in a blog post at some point later this week. But the tip jar is big news. Bigger news for me, probably more exciting for me, is support for 60 frames per second video on YouTube. I love it. When I see a video at 60 frames a second, I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh God, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So it's coming to YouTube, 60 frames per second video, and that's coming out, being rolled out for everybody. YouTube also rolled out an app available for Android at this point, YouTube Creator Studio. If you upload videos to YouTube, instead of having to use the YouTube app to manage and engage, you can now use the Creator Studio app separately. Currently just available for Android. They will likely, or more than likely, be rolling that out for iOS as well. No telling about Windows Phone at this stage. Apple on Friday, really, you want to talk about, you know, pissing a lot of people off. That's exactly what Apple did on Friday. They basically dropped any plans or any future, really, for Aperture. And that is, how do you explain Aperture? Calling it a photo editor just does not do it justice. It's like a photo management, events management, photo tweaking tool. Like, it is the ultimate software for Apple, and certainly on OS X, and people who use OS X, the ultimate tool for photographers, pro photographers. Like the average person, it's not, it's all about the pro. And this is a part of their pro series. Well, they dropped it. They're done. I believe that this is probably the right move for Apple to make, and I know this is an unpopular opinion, especially those who loved Aperture. I had Aperture. I bought it, the latest version, and I used it twice. I don't know if Aperture would have much of a future. And again, I try to detail my analysis, and I'll do it in writing and keep it succinct, of course. But I think that there is it was a wise move for Apple to make. They also, in the same breath, didn't say that they're going to do any changes with Final Cut or the video editing suite, and I don't think they would. And here's why. I think that, well, okay, I'll give you a little preview of what's in my mind. Video's everywhere. Video takes processing power. Photos take processing power, but not like video. And so if Apple wants to continue to sell these pro machines, I think they're going to continue to target them towards video people. I honestly do, because video is very, 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 very system processor, resource hungry intensive, more so than photos. And there are a few other reasons why I think Aperture is being dropped, but I think it's a good move. And for those, feel like, oh, what's going on? You could always use Adobe's Lightroom, which is the equivalent, and to tell you the truth, a lot of even diehard OS X users, Apple fans, are using Lightroom anyway. So Lightroom is going to pretty much be the definitive tool, and of course it's part of Adobe and part of the Creative Suite, the definitive tool for managing photos and tweaking photos. And if you're a pro photographer, that's probably going to be the tool you're going to be using. Big, 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 big news. Also big news. New Stargate Movie trilogy is getting, the 3 new Stargate movies that we knew were going to happen at some point. They're getting a fresh reboot, meaning that they're not going to be chained to the past, which I think is very valuable. I never got into the Stargate TV series. I tried, but ultimately I didn't latch on. The Stargate movie, the first one, the thing that kicked it off, still love that movie, still could watch it to this day. Love that movie. So I'm hoping that the trilogy reboot will be just as wonderful and capture my emotions the way that the first one did. We'll see. Couldn't be any worse. You know what? I tell you what. One movie series that needs a reboot right now.
What?
Transformers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, big time. Oh my God, you want to talk?
Wahlberg's in the next one.
No, there's a next one.
I think so.
No, there's one that's out now. The Age of Extinction.
Mark Wahlberg's in it.
Yeah, that's the Wahlberg one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, it needs that a reboot. I think the existing Transformer movies were awesome for somebody. I just, there was too much that was happening. I can't concentrate. I can't focus. What's going on? Wasn't anything like the cartoons that I had growing up. Am I the only one who wants the Transformers movies to be rebooted?
No.
Okay, thank you, hon. I appreciate that support from you. Also, on Friday, I uploaded How to Start with YouTube. If you want to start your own YouTube channel, as I continue to unbox this figure from DorkSideToys.com. They're pretty much my action figure supplier now. Yeah. I love these sizes of action figures. I'm going to be taking a few pictures with Captain America fighting Boba Fett and put that to Instagram. That'll be kind of fun. I don't know why they sent Captain America, although that one looks awesome. I like figures that aren't human. I don't know. The human figures are just weird to me. You feel me?
I like the human ones.
Oh, Diana likes the human ones. Okay,
They're creepy.
You can see exactly. They're creepy.
But cool.
Do you want to sleep with Captain America? Careful. Careful.
Sleep as in how?
Sleep at, I don't know.
As in him watching me?
You can like be like hovering over you as you like snore. You don't snore.
Like Greedo
and Boba Fett?
Princess Leia.
And Princess Leia, kind of, in bikini garb.
They sleep with us both.
Yes, they guard us. Oh, wow. These figures guard us. Doctor Who Series 8 is premiering August 23rd on BBC America for all you Whovians. You guys caught the shirt that I wore on Friday. That was a lot of fun. I think I tweeted out where you can get that particular shirt on Amazon, too, if you want to give me credit for the referral. I appreciate it. We're soaking it right now. It's a little thick. And I appreciate my shirts, like, thin and light and soft. So we learned this little life hack where you can soak a shirt that's kind of thick and tough. You can soak it in salt, like water and salt, for like 3 days. And that, in turn, should soften things up. So it's about on its third day now?
Yeah, tonight.
Okay. So tonight we'll clean, wash it off, clean it up, and I'll feel it again to see how it feels. But that's just a trick for you guys if you have t-shirts that are kind of heavy or thick or they don't feel good. Soak it in salt water for 3 days. Apparently this is a genius tip. So this is the Captain America, the Winter Soldier here. I can't easily pop it. Oh, I guess I can. Didn't think I could. All right. Here we go. This is Mr. Rogers. Right? It's Rogers, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't grow up with Captain America, and I know my friend Doug is going to go, "What? You don't know?" All right, hang on. I'm getting Captain America's shield going here, so I can hold him up. Whoa, the level of detail and the sculpt on this guy is amazing. Ah, sorry. Didn't mean to scroll through. Sometimes I accidentally brush. I want to give all these patrons the credit that they deserve, including VeriCoin.info. Hey, how's the audio going, guys? I haven't necessarily looked to see if it's skipping around. No one's saying anything. Max 3000 says, Chris, VeriCoin is cool, but I heard Pinkcoin is working directly with PayPal payment. Oh, interesting. Well, I should loop back with the VeriCoin people and ask what they're doing. I will, because I'll connect the VeriCoin people with the PayPal people that I know, and then a match will be made in heaven. So, wow, my God. The sculpt on this guy is fantastic. The sculpt, like the level of detail, in what we have here, he's super articulated. Just about everything that you would want to turn around and twist around can be done with Captain America. Though at least this Captain America. Not every figure was created alike. And as much as I enjoy comics and I enjoy this universe, I never got into this Marvel or DC when I was growing up, or Dark Horse wasn't even around when I was growing up in terms of comics. Yeah, this is nice. I like it. All right, so Captain America, I'm gonna position you over here, and you can stand guard. Don't fall over, because you're Captain America. And I'll pose you later. You can even swap hands and heads with this Captain America. So, now I talked about Doctor Who, Captain America, YouTube, Stargate, Aperture, Apple, Google Drive for business. Now, this is interesting. After Microsoft came out last week and said Office 365 license holders or subscription holders, you get up to a terabyte in storage. Google came out and says Google Drive for business. This isn't like Google Drive that you have with your free account. Google Drive for business is unlimited, infinite, at $10 a month. $10 a month is all it's going to cost you to get unlimited storage. Wow. Okay, Google. That's perfect. My God, who would argue with that? Nobody. $10 a month, unlimited. That's insane. Love it. So there you go. Google's now ruling the roost at $10 a month with unlimited storage. You don't have to worry about ever needing more storage ever again, so long as you trust Google. That's a big deal. You gotta trust Google, otherwise it's not gonna work. So I am now doing animated GIF collabs with Alon Dan. Now, I don't know if you guys remember Alon Dan. We did a while ago. We did a collaboration together for an April Fool's Day. He does animations and stuff, and now he's doing animated GIFs. So he's animated in like his character, even though that looks horrible because of the white balance. He animated in this cartoon character sitting next to me in the car, and that's an animated GIF. I love animated GIFs. I'm a fan. My day is not complete on the internets without a single animated GIF. I need animated GIFs in my life. So, George Baker says, I don't trust the altcoins, to be honest. I've seen too many pump and dumps. That's exactly what VeriCoin was trying to do. We did a Bitcoin hangout. That's another live stream we did on Friday. I forgot about that one. We talked about Bitcoins and I learned a lot about Bitcoin doing that live stream. So we uploaded that video to this channel on Friday. We did it live. It was a hangout. Apple may very well, okay, I don't want to talk about the rumor. There's no rumors. Apple absolutely is building a very strong team for speech recognition research. That's what they're doing. Now, what does that mean? Or what could that mean? That may mean that Siri is going to get better at understanding you, or that speech recognition is going to move even further beyond the idea of being a gimmick, at least for Apple. And I know some people don't think that speech is a gimmick, but to me it is. Like, I know exactly what I want, and I'll just say it. And it's not my responsibility to talk the way that the computer is going to understand it. It's just my responsibility to tell the computer what I want. You know what? This is a computer right here, like computer. I'm Scotty here. Computer with a very bad Scottish accent. It's reminiscent of Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, when he was talking to a mouse connected to a Mac Classic, I believe. So they're building a strong team around speech recognition research. Big news. I think big news, if only because Apple's bringing more things in-house, licensing less technology from the outside world. Facebook, this is another big thing that kind of people started flipping out about over the weekend. Facebook basically tinkered with users' feeds for a massive psychology experiment. So, like, it was like 600,000 people, basically, during a week's time, had their news feeds tweaked to see if their emotional responses would be or could very well be dictated by the content that they see. So what the study found basically is that the more positive things through sentiment analysis that a user saw on Facebook, the more positive things over the week, the more positive that person would be, or the more positive things that person would post at the end of the week. And I guess the opposite was true. The more negative things they saw over the week, the more negative they may have been at the end of the week. It just makes sense. I mean, like, this just makes sense to me. It's one of the reasons why you just pay attention to the things that are worth paying attention to, not pay attention to the things that aren't worth paying attention to. Thanks again to the patrons. Your name could be there. Tomorrow is when the new cycle starts, so $25 patrons on up will get their website and or name listed here. No problem. So, a lot of people were upset. They were like, what? I was manipulated by Facebook? They manipulated my feed? I was part of a study? Well, dude, you're the product. Like, you agreed to the terms of service. Like, if you didn't, I don't know what you're upset about. I just feel they manipulated me. It passed an ethics committee, man. Like, I don't know what the problem is. In the terms of service outright, you basically agreed to it. If you don't like it, don't use Facebook. But getting upset about it is just like, well, what? What, you don't think Facebook doesn't dink with your timeline anyway? That's what Facebook does. How many times have you seen me share something on Facebook today? Maybe 3 people have seen it. Facebook screws with the news feed all the time. All the time. How is this news? What's more upsetting is that people are upset at Facebook. I'm like, why aren't they upset about this kind of thing more often? And you know what? Google screws with things too. They manipulate your search feed. They do. They rank things differently. They rank them according to Google. Well, what's the difference? Well, it's not playing on my emotions. Really? You don't think that the ranking of search results can influence what you do? Hello, what do you think search results are? You click the first one. You don't think that's manipulation at one level? Every one of these entities manipulates. Oh, now I'm getting emotional. I just don't understand why people just, they blindly walk into things and they assume everything's going to come to them on their terms. Like, this is well within Facebook's right to do. It's well within your right not to agree to a terms of service. And you can't, I mean, if you're going to be upset about this, you have to equally be upset at Facebook for manipulating the news feeds as they've been doing for years. People, really, if you're not paying for it, typically, when it comes to these large services, you're the product. Like, in an ad-driven market, why do you think I've been trying to drive away from ads so hard? In an ad-driven market, the value around content is in a different position. It's so much different, and I can't explain, unless you've been on the other side, I don't know if I can explain this as clearly. Like, what Facebook did, was it morally questionable? No more morally questionable than it is to manipulate the news feed outright because Facebook's algorithms detect that one thing or another works better in one way or another. Is that morally questionable? I don't know. Because they did it overtly? I think it's a fascinating study. I think it's fascinating. And if anything, it should just tell you that you've got to be more selective about what you bring into your world. You know, if you just, all you do is just tune into negative crap, what do you think your life is going to be? Hello? McFly? I don't have my hat on right now, but hello? I'm not being negative. I'm just trying to, like, slap a bit of realism out there, man. I was upset at the way people reacted to this, honestly. And anybody who thought that their privacy or their emotions were violated, I hate to tell you, you shouldn't have been on Facebook in the first place. You don't like it? Go somewhere else. If you don't like anywhere else, I don't know what to tell you. That guy commenting says this is funny. Thank you. Hello, Facebook, I agree to everything you do to me. That's what people do when you sign up for an account. You agree to the terms of service. If you didn't read them, that's not Facebook's fault. I'm just saying. People knee-jerk. They knee-jerk, man. They don't... man. But, hon, I'm just saying, you know, they think that they're only manipulated one way or another. You're manipulated all the time. What do you think the sales process is, man? They're playing on your frickin' emotions like you're a frickin' mandolin. Ding, 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 ding. They get you to buy things. They, the infamous they. Anybody selling anything. You don't sell based on features. You sell on emotion. You're being manipulated all the time. All the time. Time. Facebook does not have a corner on your emotional manipulation. Trust me. Now, if this doesn't upset you, good, because I've taken all the upsetness out of the air, stuck it into the bottle of water, and now I'm going to drink it. Great, now I've just recycled it. I'm going to do it all over again. Facebook. I'm done with Facebook. No, I'm not done. I'm still on Facebook. Still going to stay on Facebook. Done with that story. Yo was an app we talked about. Apparently, it's a useful app. I don't know why. You can basically, instead of sending a message to someone, you just press a button and yo. That's it. Yo. You know, Diana sent you a yo. Diana said yo. Mm-hmm. Who cares? Well, apparently, and I don't know how long this is going to be out there, there's a Hodor app. So you can Hodor someone. So like you Hodor. Instead of yo, it's yo Hodor. They don't have the rights though to use that name or the likeness. But apparently, if you want to Hodor someone, you can. You can Hodor someone. If you don't understand why that's geeky, I'm gonna get upset again. You're gonna make me cry this time. You don't want to see me cry. Bing, not to be outdone by Facebook's news this weekend or Google's news this weekend. Bing is now showing Twitter hashtags and handle results directly within search, which is very, very valuable. So imagine you're going to Bing. I know. Okay, just imagine. I realize it's kind of a stretch, but you're at Bing and you do a search for Hodor, and in that list of results, Hodor. Chris Pirillo tweeted about Hodor. So at Chris Pirillo is highlighted. You can see my Twitter account. You can even follow me and get, or you get the hashtag Game of Thrones. Oh, you can click it and get results. Genius move. Love this move. I love what Microsoft is doing with Bing. I really do, and I don't know if I'm ready to leap from Google yet. I don't know, but Bing keeps evolving the way it is. That to me is useful. That's very, very useful because I'm doing that anyway. I'm going to Google to search for things on Twitter because it's got a better index than Twitter does, seemingly. I don't know how that happened. But now I might use Bing to search Twitter. Yeah. Big win. Big fat win. Bing is going to be integrated within OS X Yosemite. It's going to be integrated in iOS 8. So, I mean, your life as an Apple user you may be more Bingy. You know? Mm-hmm. Whether you want to or not, you're going to be binged. Orkut, Google News today. Orkut is getting shut down in September. I used Orkut. I had an Orkut profile. I still do, I guess. One of the first social networks that was ever ever put out there. It was an unofficial Google project, launched a long time ago, and I remember using it. It was a lot of fun. You could it was really Facebook before Facebook was Facebook. It was a blog without necessarily being a blog. I mean, you can connect with people and be their friends, share experiences, join groups. It was fantastic. Orkut. Well, they're finally killing it. Am I the only one out there who had an Orkut account? Am I?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. No, it took off in Brazil. You know why?
Why?
Culture hacking. So then they had a list of the top countries, and the flag of Brazil. That was people got their friends to join and say, "Hey, we want Brazil to be number one. We want Brazil to be number one to move the flag up to the top to beat the USA," and that's exactly how it happened. So Orkut is great in Brazil. If you're not in Brazil, you're probably not using Orkut. Android Wear smartwatches make Google Glass obsolete. According to Ars Technica, one of the best resources of tech information out there, and it makes sense. Why use Google Glass appear and annoy people because they're afraid that you're doing things that you're probably not doing when you can get all the information you need right here on your wrist? So it makes sense. If you wanted a glass, you may be just as well served by an Android Wear watch. I think it's a pretty wise analysis. The only difference is between the two. I think the only reason why I would want Google Glass, the only reason, is for the camera, the thing that annoys people.
Yeah.
But that's the only one I want. I mean, the only alternative is just walking around with a freaking GoPro strapped to my head. Don't be surprised if I do. I might do that because I can. I also need a haircut though.
Oh yeah.
I really need that. iTunes U is getting more educational with iPad course creation and discussion features. Big deal if you're in education. In fact, I've got some thoughts swimming around my head about the future of education and how iTunes U might play into it. But in relation to iTunes U, this will be a good bit of news for those of you who hate the iPad. Los Angeles School District, you might remember last year, deployed iPads or tried to deploy iPads. But within weeks, they had to recall a lot of those iPads from students because the students figured out a way around the security protocols and measurements or the measures that were put on the iPads. So basically, the students were smart enough to circumvent security. So, on the iPad. Not to say that they couldn't do it on anything else, it's just that's what happened. So, a lot of delays, a lot of problems. So now the Los Angeles School District they're allowing a group of high schools to choose from among 6 different laptop computers for their students. Huge contrast, huge difference from their approach to this last year. And so, more choice in the marketplace. I don't think it's going to hurt anybody. I think it comes down to the need in the tool in relation to not just budget, but the job at hand, really. Every particular computer is suited for a different task. So I'm pretty sure that's about everything I wanted to cover. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up now. Every week I do 5 separate videos, apart from these live TLDR videos, like Q&A with you and me. I do 5 of these videos. 4 of them are exclusive to patrons. 1 is open for everybody to watch. So I do 4 new exclusive videos every week. Today's the one that's for everybody. How to get noticed. This is a good one. I think everyone's going to like it, especially if you've been trying to get noticed in social media. I got some thoughts on this. I will be happy to share them with everybody as this week's Q&A with you and me for all, not just patrons. But if you did enjoy the time that we've spent together, even virtually, thanks again for remembering to like, share, comment, subscribe, become a patron, watch even more of our videos right now, and just be you, be happy, have a good week. I really, I do hope that, even if you hate me, I mean, really, some people hate me.
Yeah.
I don't think they would have watched this deeply into the video if they did, but I'm just saying, if you love me, I love you. This is how it works. Deal? Let's shake on it. We're shaking virtually. So I'm going to go ahead and leave you to your own devices. We'll see you later.